Hi, welcome to Fight Me. My name is Jamie Bader. I'm going to be your host today, along with Chad Bader, the co-host. Today, we are going to talk about what will save your marriage, a very important topic. You're not going to want to miss it. And thank you so much for coming. Let's go. All right, so let's get started. Welcome to Fight Me.
I'm looking forward to it.
Are you?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if you are.
I don't know either at this point.
At this
I think
point,
you think I'm in
that.
some weird mood today. And maybe
I know.
I am. I think it's just Monday and Mondays happen and I have a laundry list of emails and things to do. So I hit work mode.
You are in work mode. And that created what felt like a kind of I don't know, a brassy or punchy Chad this morning.
Yeah.
I did make the comment on the way home from the gym that you felt like you were agitated.
Oh yeah, you did say that first. That was early this morning. Wow.
Folks, it was 5:30 when I said that. Chad, how did that feel?
Well, it made me agitated, the fact that you made that comment.
Okay. Because I knew that I was probably speaking the future into real life.
Our listeners need to know that we work out so early in the morning, but by the time that we're even driving home, it's still dark out, and they do not paint or let you know that there's like any speed bumps happening.
Okay.
So I was getting frustrated because I couldn't see the speed bumps, and
you're going 1,000 miles an hour, and then you go, and then you stop, and then speed bump, and then take off again, skirt, and then brake, and then speed bump, and I go, baby,
this is a conversation in our marriage all the time. Of I feel like eventually you get annoyed with my driving, and then I say you should just drive, and then you,
and then I what?
Then nothing, and
then I drive,
and then you never
perfectly.
Drive.
Yeah, right, whatever.
Nope,
okay, wait,
that's not true.
No, actually, listen. So okay. Everyone, just so you know, muscle memory. Let's just talk about muscle memory right here. So like we drive the same route on the way home from the gym every day. Like Lord knows we wake up at 4 a.m. We get there at 4:30. We try to get home by, I don't even know.
I know where this conversation's going.
Where's it going, babe?
That basically I should know where the tumulos or where the speed bumps are at this point.
They're called tumulos here.
Yes,
but
I should know where the speed bumps are, and they shouldn't be an issue right now.
Okay.
Which leads me to now say we are officially fighting.
So this may not.
This is the proper setting for
he
this
might make dinner for everyone
place.
But me tonight.
Exactly. You can eat whatever you want.
Okay, that sounds fun. All right. Well, no. Anyway, we made it home safely. It was fine.
Yep.
But maybe I'll just drive home from now on.
There you go.
That sounds like a fun solution. Anywho, so let's do something with the energy.
Let's just raise the temperature further.
Yeah, let's get I don't even know with this energy. Let's go. I have a couple questions.
Go for it.
And Chad did not hear these questions yet, but I think that
if they involve speed bumps, this is very passive aggressive.
They don't, but that would have been an awesome joke. Next time I'll think about that.
There you go.
How I can just deep dabs as like an opener. Okay, so basically, the first question is, what did we do that would confuse newlyweds? See, also, this is about marriage.
Oh, okay.
This podcast is about marriage.
This specific one, not our entire podcast.
No, this specific episode. I don't know, maybe the whole thing, but fight me.
The specific episode.
Yeah, this is about. I would like to title this like how you can save your marriage.
Oh, okay.
Or this will save your marriage.
Not speed bumps.
Or jump ship. You were not made for the. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Okay.
This will save your marriage. Okay. What did we do recently that would confuse newlyweds? That was the blankest stare I've ever seen.
First.
You go first? Okay.
No, I don't know. I'm trying to think. What did we do recently that would confuse a newlywed couple?
Yeah, for sure. Like as a couple, like in any form that could.
What were they thinking? Or
yeah, they'd be like, "Wait, I would never do that because I'm a newlywed, and like we're gonna be in love forever, and everything's gonna be amazing, and there won't be ever any problems." This is newlywed vibes.
Oh, okay.
At least I think. I feel like maybe we had those vibes. when we looked maybe at older
Sure.
couples to be like, oh, I want that, or I definitely don't want that. Okay.
Sure.
But was there something that happened recently that you feel like these newlyweds with that kind of vibe would look at us and be like, yo, no, we're not, or maybe they'd be confused, be like, oh, that's actually something that helps, or that's actually a good idea.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know. I think what comes to mind is I mean, thinking of us as newlyweds, I felt like we spent like a lot of time together.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe like spending some time like apart, like
Oh, wait, this is advice.
well,
Okay, wait.
or like
Okay.
just like
Oh,
if
I
like
see.
it, like
Okay.
if like hey, I think that like so we were doing something. It was obvious that you were not enjoying something. I was more enjoying. Um,
What
no,
is happening?
I'm referring to this
Wait.
to like being outside. We were outdoors. Jamie and I were outdoors recently. It was really windy.
Oh, yes. We
And
should definitely talk about that.
and so Jamie was definitely not having it.
Okay.
And
I'll explain later.
there was no hidden signals, anything. It was obvious.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
Yeah.
It was passive. It wasn't passive aggressive. It was just straight
It was
aggressive.
yeah. It was very aggressive.
It was
Yeah,
out loud
you're
aggressive.
not fun. So
Wait, what?
you said you were not having fun.
Oh, I thought I said I wasn't
I
fun.
think I did come out that way, but
Thanks, babe. I see. Now this is why I need clarity.
but I basically said, "Hey, you go on, or you go back and do your thing, or whatever, and I will hang back here for a minute." So I think just kind of like being like okay, like being separate,
Saying
like,
what we want and
saying
doing
what- yeah,
separate things
just
if
being-
that's
exactly
what we need in the moment.
Exactly.
Should I set the story for what?
No, you don't need to
we're-
go into all the details. Just
Why?
know it was just
Okay.
outside. It was windy,
Okay.
dusty.
I think there's some
You
good content under
I
there.
think you
But
just didn't feel like you were dressed appropriately.
I wasn't, folks. I came straight from office.
Yes.
To
Mhm.
like natural outdoors birding, like dirt,
Sure.
wind, 1,000 miles an hour.
Yep.
Like I think it really
Which
was 1,000
you
miles.
when you primarily have two types of footwear.
Okay,
At the gym is always of course sneakers, but outside of the gym it's always either sandals or Rothy's or some kind of like dress shoe.
Okay, and
So that is not outdoor. It isn't conducive to walking like on a trail.
it's more
or-
street jungle than it is real jungle.
Sure.
So,
Exactly.
city jungle. Okay, yeah, it's true. I only have a couple. I mean, poor me. I really should look for some more footwear then, right?
Oh.
Is that the case? That
You
I
have
really just do-
sneakers.
I have new sneakers.
You have
But they're
sneakers.
white. They're not meant to be on dirt like that.
I'm
That
sure
would
we went to the
wreck
closet
them.
right now. I could find another pair of sneakers
Okay, anyway.
that aren't white.
You're possibly yes. Okay.
So-
I get it. Okay. Touche. All right. So what do we do that would confuse newlyweds? I do think that's a good idea would be, okay, naming what you want
Yep.
and being okay with like having separate time apart for sure.
Exactly.
Because you're right. Like the newlywed vibe
You probably
is very,
shouldn't spend significant portions of your time apart.
oh,
I mean,
so,
work and that kind of thing is one thing, but
well,
yes.
I mean, there was another actual instant where I think we were planning to go together somewhere to get like some
Oh,
food
yeah.
or something else like that. And I was like, oh, babe, I really need to work on this. Like it was a work thing. I needed to prepare for it.
Mhm.
And you're like, Jamie, it's really okay. Like we don't have to, like
Do this together.
do this together. And so maybe that whole like just, all right, naming what we want and like we do our own things. This is probably very common for a lot of
Sure.
like folks, but maybe for newlyweds, it would be a little confusing as to be like, what,
Yeah.
you don't want to spend like your whole life
Yeah.
right next to each other. But we do spend a lot of time together.
We do.
That being said, okay, next question. I hope we answered that well. I feel like there could be way more spicier ones for that.
Probably.
Yeah. In fact, I thought you were going there for a second. And I was like,
I know you were. I was like, I'm
Chad,
not really explaining this very well. I think I just need to be a bit more clear.
note to self.
I didn't want to be like bird watching or anything
I was going
like
to take
that.
out our manual here that says what we are not going to ever talk about.
Exactly.
And that was one of them.
Yeah. That's
Is
not
where
what we
you
were doing together.
We would
I know you were
confuse
thinking.
newlyweds.
It was very confusing as I started explaining it.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, I
Okay.
need to be way clearer.
Anyway, moving on. Okay. What was our full bars, no signal moment?
I'm so confused by that question.
Jen, you're just lean into the
bewildered.
confusion, babe. Okay, so what was our full bars? Like
Okay,
we
so
were
there's
fully
two
there.
different things.
No signals. moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got it now.
Okay. Now that you've got it, like,
I think this might be it right here.
right. Okay.
After
We
that
are
explanation, I know I'm fully here. I'm
Yep.
present, and there was no signal
No
whatsoever.
connection signal.
Yeah, to that question.
Okay. All right. But like for us as a moment,
Oh, okay.
can you think of any?
I don't
Or
know.
have there been any? Yes, sir. Definitely have. Oh, I have one that actually happened this morning.
Okay, go
Okay.
for
Do
it.
you know what I'm talking? You know what I'm
No,
talking about.
you go ahead.
Okay. See, folks,
don't
this is
know.
the
I
thing is
don't
he
know.
already knows. Okay.
I
So
don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, so we were in the kitchen. We were all like saying goodbye to the kids. They were making their lunches and getting everything ready and everything set. And I turned to Chad. And what was the question I asked you? This is the. Sorry.
Oh, you were asking me about a stain on Kingston's pants or
Oh, yeah,
stain
yeah,
on
'cause
Kingston's
Because
clothes.
all of a sudden he had like blue on all of his school pants. And I was
Yes.
like, what? Okay. So I said, babe, like how many, oh, this is what I said. I said, babe, he was walking in. I'm sorry. He was walking into our kitchen. I was there with the kids. I was like, babe, how many of his like pants got blue on them? And what happened?
I said, no, I don't know.
Okay. That was way more tame. You yelled sarcastically, like, I don't like it was definitely
don't know.
higher volume.
Okay,
than I-
probably if I said, I don't know.
It's exactly, that's perfect, babe. That was so good. You're really good at that. Okay. So that's exactly how you sounded. I took it a little tad personally in that moment because I was definitely not like from yelling distance. I was actually like, you could have whispered and I would have been fine distant. And then I also thought maybe like I did something wrong. That was where my first, like, what did I do wrong? Like I thought maybe that was like a appropriate question. So I'm wondering what was going on for you in that moment.
You don't want to know.
Why? I do want our listeners want to know, and I'm willing to like be vulnerable here because we're real people.
Well, I don't walk around with an inventory on everything.
Okay. 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 So the
That's how I
assumption
took
was
it.
that I was like, I
Had already checked it out. I told you, like, I think that, well, so
someone had relayed to you that there were.
someone had it had been stated that there was the things that there some clothes had been stained, and it didn't say she didn't. We have someone that does laundry occasionally for us.
Okay, well, actually, no.
No, she does.
She does occasionally, only because the kids will like
leave it in there.
leave it in there, and
so
I'll be
it was
like,
being
"Ugh."
it folded by hers, and she put it up in a way,
Yeah.
but she relayed to me that some items of clothing had been stained,
Yeah.
and that's the only information I received.
Yeah.
And I had said apparently some things in of Kingston's had got stained.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I didn't see anything. I checked some white T-shirts.
Oh,
That was
you
all
did.
That's all I checked was some
Okay.
white T-shirts just to see if those were, because those would be blatant obvious. That was all I checked. I didn't check any other clothes or anything like that. And that was all I saw.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, must not be too bad.
All right. So the gap of information that I had was that I did not know that she didn't specifically tell you how many pairs or what was stained exactly.
Yeah.
And you had checked, but you only checked the white shirts. You didn't check like the pants.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the gap that I had. And I'm wondering, like what other gaps you thought I had?
I didn't think you had any other gaps. Obviously, I didn't think that. I mean, obviously from the question, I knew you didn't know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So it was more like, stop asking me, go check yourself.
wow, I did not say that, and I was actually.
No, I'm just
thinking,
wondering because
no, actually, I didn't think that. I just said, I think it was more like I don't know. I didn't go. I myself did not go in inventory. What?
Sure. Okay. So anyway, there was a little bit of emotion there. And so I was just trying to get to that point of like, okay, were you just like frustrated because I was asking, frustrated because I often ask too much, or like just frustrated because like, I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Okay. So you don't know why you were
0
frustrated.
bars.
I guess you have 0 bars. Anywho, that was, yeah, don't forget, this is a reminder that this is like how to save your marriage. Like this will save your marriage. All that to be said, those were the 2 questions. I have a couple more questions for later, but But like, here's the biggest thing I think would be helpful for takeaway today. And this was really helpful for me. I don't know. I mean, like when I first heard it, it felt profound. But the whole idea is that like separation or like a break in relationship or divorce or like all these things often, not necessarily completely true always,
Yeah.
happen not because of one fight in particular, but 1,000 small fights that were unresolved or silent. Like, so like, for example, let's say like I'm walking around, let's say we never talk about like these little things, like the fact that you had this like raised voice and then I took it personally and then like whatever, I might have even raised my voice a little bit afterwards too. And so like, but if it wasn't discussed, like where does that narrative sit? It just sits. And so imagine that's just like one particular thing out of maybe 10 that could happen throughout the day.
Sure.
And then you're married how many years? And so like if you have all these, let's say,
Pent up frustrations.
Yeah, pent up frustrations and like unanswered questions. And I never actually got curious about why you acted the way you did. You never got curious about why I responded or questioned or whatever. And it just creates like this stacking
tension.
Yes, good word. Stacking tension and also unresolved matter in my mind and my heart, which can actually like tunnel straight to my beliefs.
Sure.
What I believe about myself. Because my narrative could have been, and like I would say probably a sliver of it is like, I must be dumb that I ask questions, or he must have raised his voice because he thinks I asked too many questions. Therefore, I'm a bother. And also, maybe I should have known how many. I should have actually gone up myself, and or like it was taking me back to these beliefs about myself that for the most part stay very like they're deep down there. Yeah. And they only come up when they're kind of this triggered. And then I'm like, wow, that belief is still there, even though I had tackled it in the past.
Sure.
So
basically it's like pulling a rubber band. It's like, if you never address it,
break.
you never like let it off. I mean, it takes a lot to break rubber bands, but there is a breaking point.
Sure. So, and both you and I have experienced other couples, without naming names, other couples who show up.
Okay.
Who show up. Let's say we're together maybe on like a double date, or we meet out in the wild, and they show up definitely holding tension towards each other. Like you can tell. I don't know about you. Have you noticed that?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I know.
Maybe I'm oblivious.
You're not oblivious because we've had these conversations before where we just had an experience with a couple and like in the States here, like it doesn't like, it's not targeting anyone.
No.
Even actually someone we ran into yesterday.
Yeah. It was definitely a stranger.
They were strangers.
We didn't know them whatsoever. It was a couple. But you could tell that there was some definite friction between the couple.
Yeah, so like
just
people
the way that
show
they were
up
interacting. Interacting
and they were doing the weird walk thing.
Yes,
okay, the
they
weird
were walking together.
They were like, one would go in the front, and the other one would be like slow with their head down in the back, and then the other one would stop and wait for the other person, and the person would get there, and then they'd like walk separate ways, and it was. I think both and I, Chad and I picked up on, something's not grooving here.
Something's off. Yeah.
There's tension, and so like when there is tension, we leak it. Even as a couple,
sure,
people are going to know. I remember I even just this morning when the kids, like when we were both having a minute, it was actually like 10 seconds. I looked over to Olivia, glanced, my peripheral caught her like with her eyes wide open, kind of like, what is going on?
She couldn't believe
here?
You asked me that.
Yeah, she had the same.
She had the same reaction folks. I did.
Yeah, exactly. Right, like father, like daughter. No, so. Actually, I think she was just like, what just happened? I missed all the signals.
Something.
Yeah, missed something. So I really want to give the listeners or like anyone who's listening right now that this hope of taking the path towards curiosity, taking the path towards, all right, something bothered me. I felt it, not just leaving it.
Yeah.
Like folks, what would it look like to when you feel like someone injured you, especially your spouse or your partner, or like your boyfriend, your girlfriend, someone you're engaged to, what do you do with that? Do you let that sit? Or like, what would it look like to actually open that up to a conversation?
Mm,
Like, okay, let's just have a talk about it. And maybe you might realize that what was underneath it was nothing what you thought it was.
sure.
Or realize that it was worse than you thought, like ours this morning,
Oh,
and then just feel kind of bad about it.
okay.
And then eventually, we will get clear on that. Okay. What are your thoughts, Chad? Anything that like stands out to you? Anything that resonates with you?
No, I think, for one thing, obviously, like addressing items is the of the utmost of importance. Now, and also the accumulation of tension. It's something.
Yeah.
So that's something like, for example, like if you just took that microcosm or that one interaction, you probably would think to yourself, that's no big deal.
Mhm.
But like if it doesn't get addressed or if we aren't speaking about, hey, like what just happened there?
Yep.
It's one of those things where you can walk away, and I mean, I don't even know. I could like the storyline that you could be telling yourself, or like how it's being like perceived, or even any other like resentment that you're feeling towards me as a result of maybe feeling like I didn't respond the way that you felt was appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
So that being said, it's like you just don't realize like the accumulating effect down
Yes,
the
it
road.
accumulates it for sure.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, my question, okay. So knowing that, like, there have been times, so like we're not perfect people by any means. But we have fun trying to be perfect. And
Yeah.
that is absolutely hilarious because we fail. But I will say that I'm really sensitive to this kind of stuff. So like it is almost possible for me to go more than like, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours with some type of question in my mind, like, what did I do? How can we resolve this? Was there something that he did?
Really?
Both did. Yeah, I know. Usually there's narrative about that. Usually I'm like, what did he do? What did I do? How can we resolve it? How can we get clarity on loving each other better as we move on in these types of situations? And I'm super sensitive to it. So like I cannot go very long without being like, we got to talk. This is like too much. Like I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Would you say that that's true about me?
Well, I think, I mean, I don't think it happens that often. I don't think it's like every day, every 68 hours.
No, we're often
6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, we often don't
Yeah, there's not like that many incidences that arrive,
tiff. Sometimes.
but they do.
But they do.
It depends on if I'm aggravated or not.
It depends on if Chad is aggravated or they add another speed bump to the road.
Exactly. Which there have been new ones.
Okay, that to be said, they
Okay.
did add, how many are there? Like 10
Oh, there's at least
in a matter of like
in about
how many feet?
in about a quarter-mile stretch, there's got to be about a dozen.
Yeah, varying
speed
heights,
bumps.
and you're going down a hill, so like you're
Yes.
gonna feel it anyway.
Anyways, so the question you were saying was,
Yeah, like I'm sensitive.
yeah, you're
about
sensitive.
this.
Yeah,
So, like,
I would agree. Like, yeah,
Yeah. That
but
being said,
it also is one of those things where you don't want to be almost,
overanalyzing.
Overanalyzing.
Yeah, because that happens too.
yeah,
Yeah, again, not claiming to be perfect and also just wanting to do my best. So, okay, I love that we can get some resolve here, get curious about how we want to be different for each other moving forward, and also getting resolve as quickly. It's God's principle too, like resolution as quick as possible with your neighbor, with some
correct.
people that you love, and with him. And so like, honestly, I feel like it's this mercy for us. Like forgiveness is in a lot of ways for us to take off this burden that we
Mhm.
carry, like what we carry from friction in relationships, because it comes up in our mental, like my mind will be spinning about it. I'm like, why would I want to waste my life on like this mental game when there's no benefit to it unless I'm actually involving the person that there was friction with? And yeah, that being said, let's like always resolve everything now. Let's go. Why not? Like, why? Why wouldn't we? We're adults. We have tools. We have like this love for each other. And again, I'm not perfect, but like I really want that to be some like a value for me moving forward. Like just like, all right. And the thing that I can't control is how other people respond.
Correct.
And so for our listeners, you doing everything you can to resolve whatever it is
Yeah.
is
Yeah. And it takes it takes the power of the person. You know what I mean?
it does.
Oftentimes like we say like, oh, like in a relationship specifically, like even like with a marriage, especially in a marriage, it's like it takes two people. Well, that's true. But like sometimes it just takes one person to initiate and one person
Yeah.
to start. And so
And the hope is the
think
other person also
exactly.
responds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is responsive to it.
And they don't, you just,
So,
I mean, like, I think advice from me.
no, and even if it's like, for example, like in a heated argument, you could say something like, we don't have to give the other person the freedom. It's like, if you're not ready to talk about this, like, that's okay. I'll give you like some space. But at the same time, it's important to me. I want to say, I already feel convicted for my part in it. I want to say I'm sorry for reacting the way that I did or saying the thing that I said. And I just want to let you know that like I acknowledge my fault in it.
Sure. No, that's a really good point, actually, is like giving the other person space. Like you coming up, when you're,
which that might disarm the other person then at
sure.
that point, like so
For
fast
sure.
and just be like, oh, okay.
It
like,
is.
We can talk about it.
Yeah.
But
100%.
they still might need the space. But I just think it's just like, acknowledging, doing your part. Yep.
No, it's super helpful. Initiating it. Yeah. And sometimes that could be the hardest part. Like
exactly.
Yeah, there's a lot of nerve that goes on.
I initiate so much.
Yeah, I initiate. Okay. Let's move on to some of those questions.
More questions.
There's just two.
Oh, okay.
And we'll see if we can answer them in a way. Okay. What's one question that de-escalates us fast?
You and I?
What's one question?
Oh, I think so. One thing that I guess I won't ask this for us, but for me personally, involving us is like, where am I at fault in this?
Yeah.
Or what role, like what responsibility or what role did I have in this?
I think, that's really good. I mean, being curious about
really good
ownership for sure.
Sure.
How can I own this? And like, how can I rebuild trust?
Yep.
I think that's a good question right there, is like after admitting, if you have some ownership in it, likely you do, like what the ownership was, what the impact was. And then, hey, how can I rebuild trust? Like, how can we get back on the level we were? Or I think what's really de-escalating, I think in general, is to throw love into the picture, like your tone, obviously the way that you handle it or approach it. And then like, how can I love us better? Or even like, how can I help us see that we're on the same team? Like there's something about, placing like, here, I'm here for us. Like we're here together. Like we're doing this together. We're a team in this. Like I'm for you. I'm for me. I'm for like this relationship. Feels very.
This even brings up the other night, even at date night, and this isn't the first time this question has come up. It's something that we frequently ask. This is like, how can I love you better?
Yeah. That was a good question.
It's just like, I feel like we've also reached a stage where it's like, man, it's like really hard to think of some ways.
Yeah. Do you remember what you said to me? For me to love, because I said the same thing, like, how can I love you better? What was it? It was so practical and I love it and I'm not ashamed.
Really?
Yeah, go for it.
Take the hair out of the shower.
Yes. Girls with longer hair know what I'm talking about. Like just
the hair accumulates down at the bottom of the thing. And I was like, oh,
that would be a way to love me better.
Yeah.
And I will say that question, and I did actually, I was like when I shower now, I look down and I'm like, okay, wait, are we good on the hair? Did any hair fall out? Do I got to do anything with that? It's not like a mountain of hair, but it's enough to be like, okay. So, actually that question came up to me as we were driving this morning on the way home. So I'm like, because I actually remember thinking during date night, we were having a great time, and I was like, man, I can't think of like a real solid one that comes to mind. And then this morning I was like, oh, I got it. I didn't say it though. Anyway, Anyway, we'll,
I knew all these questions would come back to
it
these speed
comes back.
bumps.
Yeah, I know it does. Okay, so last question here. What is the smallest version of connection we can do even on hard days?
Hmm.
Like, what's the bare minimum, but still connection that we can, like, hey, at least we'll always do this?
Can you think of something? I can probably think of a few things.
Yeah, no, like, I think a big bear hug. Like, for me, that's very disarming.
Disarming.
It's disarming. It really is. And usually, I don't know, sometimes, like, if you can get me to laugh, it's like, okay, I forgot it all. Like, it's like a quick eraser of my mind. If you can get me to laugh about something or
Hmm.
help me see something from a different perspective that's funny, like there's about maybe what we just went through, like our humanness or whatever. Oh man, my mind just like, I'm like, yeah, everything's good now.
Yeah.
And it really does help because it changes my perspective, and then I'm able to have a clearer view. It's almost like it opens that box up of curiosity. And it's like, oh, all that stuff you're holding on to, yeah, this is way better.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What is it like to not have those thoughts? You
Sure.
know, like about frustration towards you or whatever. So yeah, that's what I came up with. What about you?
For me, it would be like giving a genuine smile, not like a grin or a passive aggressive smile, but giving like a genuine smile,
Yeah.
like saying, I love you and have a great day.
Yeah. And have a great day. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying as you walk out the
Yeah,
door.
okay, at the door.
Okay.
So if it's something that happens in the morning, Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would probably like improv that a little bit more for myself to you, but I would say something. Okay, so like that feels like a commitment. Like I feel committed to, okay, if that is something that would be helpful for you, if we're in this like moment of tension for a while, okay, that's disarming. It's good to know. It's good fuel to know.
Bear hugs are always good too.
Bear hugs are good too.
Yes.
All right, so leaving the viewers with something. Hopefully this was really helpful.
I hope so.
I know it's been really resourceful for us just to like, all right, let's just get curious.
Yeah,
And
how do we
also we're
improve?
on the same team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're in this together. Let's keep moving forward with progress and with love and resolve everything now as much as we can.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, thank y'all for coming today. This was a ton of fun. I feel like this really helped. And if you're looking for like a no cost way to support us, there are ways to do that. You can leave a review, you can share it, you can leave a comment, you can connect with us outside of the podcast. There's ways to support us financially if you'd like to do that, which helps us build in the space, which is a lot of fun for us. It's a creative outlet. And yeah, we love that you're here. Thank you all so much for listening. And until next time,
Fight me.
fight me.